Everybody, we are back. And I know what you're thinking. When did Cody Hatfield get so handsome? That is not Cody
Hey,
Hatfield. That is the recently retired
uh,
John Suratt, formerly of WVVA.
I wouldn't say retired. Just trying to, as I told other people, trying to find my next. When you write chapters in a book, just trying to write whatever chapter 3, 4 is, wherever. 25 years of my life. Cody's pretty handsome though. I wouldn't, don't. But yeah, no, it's I just moved back to Maryland. Well, I was in Bluefield. You caught me at the Graham game on Saturday, but moved back to Maryland on not last Saturday, but the Saturday before that. So yeah, still, I told a lot of people I'm going to try to pay attention and all to local sports in the area because it was my life for 3 years. It's kind of tough to not do. So excited to be able to keep doing it for a little bit.
Now, you would almost you probably feel like a little bit of how a coach latches on to like that first freshman class. The kids that you watched as babies are now seniors, so it probably does mean something to you, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even like last year's senior class, covering them when they were sophomores, and now seniors now are um freshmen when I started back in 2022. So yeah, it's pretty much like just like that kind of seeing the classes that I started with, kind of go to college and still be successful there. And um yeah, definitely something similar to what you just said. Yeah.
It's like you have your own little fan of like John Strat fans that just grew up with you, so they're probably sad to see you go, man. Now everybody, whenever you join into this puppy, go ahead and hit the share button. Let everyone know that hashtag we found John Surratt. We found him. No, he's safe and sound. No, but man, buddy, what a weekend for football. I tell you that much. Um, Oh, before we get started, this video and live is brought to you by Bill Cole Auto Mall right there in Bluefield, West Virginia, and our friends over at Raynell Medical Center, better healthcare at home. And I forgot to put it on there again. Burton Herbert Banks logo will be going right here. You can find them all around Bluefield. Shout out to our friends over at Burt and Herbert. Man, typically, we start this off with me just rambling on about how I don't know who's player of the week. I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick. Well, this week was obvious. Oh, hey, that's a bad man up there. I tell you what. So today we will let our guests reveal to the people who the fresh off the clock Southern West Virginia player of the week is.
Yeah, well, I saw him on Saturday and he told me he played an okay game, but I think you could probably give him game player of the week every week. Brad Mosser, Princeton, wide receiver DB, kind of just do it all athlete for the Tigers in his senior season. I went out and pretty much dominated Winfield last week, 11 receptions, 227 yards, career high for him, 5 carries on the ground with 40 yards, 2 touchdowns, plus that pick six, 76 yards, back to back with him and Alex Cox. Really trying to change the game there a little bit when it was starting to get a little bit close.
Yeah, no, man, just overwhelming performance. Really, I don't know if you've been on the page today. Former Princeton quarterback Jay Palmer. He was the QB there in like mid to later 2000s. He had a hot take. He said that Brad Mosser right now is better than Ryan Switzer was when he was in high school. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the lore behind Ryan Switzer's name locally, but
I I wasn't here obviously, but obviously I know he made it to the NFL, Steeler as well. So that's definitely just high praise off the bat to be compared to a former professional player out of West Virginia for sure. Didn't get to see Switzer play, but definitely high praise from Palmer.
no, bro, that guy was filthy. That's when I was in like middle school, so he was like a local superhero around the state, bro. People from miles around went because George Washington come down to Princeton, and it was like a giant thing. Um, be crazy enough to say, and maybe it's my recency bias, I'm on board with that. Hey, dude, this dude, Brad Mosser, every time a football gets near his hands, you're seeing dudes fly around the floor. Hey, listen, Brad, congratulations. This is your second player of the week. I believe that ties last season's high by Silas Nelson, I believe, won it twice last season for us. So it will be interesting to see if Brad can be the one to break the hat trick for us, which they got a big one this week, and we're going to talk about it. Those two teams actually flip flop ranks 2-3 to 3-2. And man, that's a big one. But before we get into this week's games, I do want to brush over last week's games. Now, on the 4A side, Woodrow had a pretty convincing win over Preston, 45-34, and then Riverside had a tight one against Spring Valley. And I don't believe Spring Valley is still the team that they were when I was in high school, where they're sending who is it? Doug Nestor went to Spring Valley. He's on the Steelers now. And then Wyatt Millam from he's in Jacksonville, I believe. They were both on the same Spring Valley team. That's crazy to have them two guys on the same offensive line in high school. But Riverside gave a game 15-17. Riverside plays Woodrow this week. I mean, would be a crazy upset, I guess. But going into the AAA side, speaking of it, Greenbrier East beat up on Shady Spring 43-6. AJ Godfrey continues to be just the man amongst the boards, for real. And fun stat, this Greenbrier East team has allowed only 47 passing yards combined in the past 2 games against Shady and Oak Hill.
Yeah, I did their preview, and you obviously knew having Subtle back, Hamrick back. You really didn't know about the defensive side of everything. Obviously, Stone and Subtle play on the other side of the ball, but you really didn't know how that was going to show out. And I think Greenbrier East has really showed that they got a big senior class, and I think they really want to go out on, somewhat on top, at least make it to the playoffs, which this would have been, if they don't make it to the playoffs this year, somehow, some way, with how they're played, be the first senior class to not do that in quite some time, especially under head coach Ray Lee. So definitely just dominating performance for Greenbrier East back to back against Oak Hill as well. The previous week, they're showing out in AAA, and should be a good one this Friday.
And I'll be the one to address the elephant in the room. 81-6. It has to be in the back of the heads. Man, last year was the worst loss in school history. It feels like it's a completely different team. They didn't have Godfrey last season. I don't know if they can overpower that high octane offense up there in Princeton, but man, would it be a crazy win if they could, or if they do.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Lee before the season started, and he asked me if I think they could pull off the upset. Now that's obviously before their start to this year, but I mean, if it's I was talking to Brad's dad actually, Mike Mosser, and I think Greenbrier East or Independence, which is later on in Princeton's schedule, is going to be the 2 toughest team that they'll face in the regular season. And Greenbrier East last year in that 81-6 loss was pretty banged up. So in Princeton, on the other hand, is banged up this time around. So we'll see how I think, you might want to take a page out of what Graham did against Princeton to defend Brad Mosser a little bit. Obviously, he still got in the end zone a couple of times, but I would take a little page out of there and really show that their secondary's legit.
And I think that's the context that really lacked a lot last season. Because Greenbrier East was out QB1, running back 1, wide receiver 1 and 2. Like, it was an unruly amount of not just injuries. The same week they got hit with the injury, not the injury, but they got hit with just sickness too. Like, they went into that one absolutely depleted. And you saw some Greenbrier East fans on social media saying, like, listen, y'all done this against the junior varsity. Well, in 6 years, when you look back at that scoreboard, you're not going to know that it was the JV playing the game. You're going to see 81 points put up on a scoreboard. And that's something else too, man. Like, Princeton really hasn't. I just had a taste of this group of kids specifically um, in the past 2 years. And at that point, you can be a completely different player. So this will be a sparks flying. I'll jump to it because I'm already on it. Game of the week, man. That's going to be a crazy one. AJ Godfrey, that team has yet to lose when he rushes for 100 plus yards. That's an important stat right there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Princeton's defense has came. No Kaiser most likely is a little bit tough, but that defensive line for Princeton still something they're going to have to battle for sure. Just with the overall size, I don't think aside from Woodrow, they probably haven't seen and Oak Hill haven't really seen that size like that. But I just think Princeton's going to show a little bit, in a different front, obviously, to try to stop if East can pass and run on you, it's going to be a long day. So I think Princeton's going to be able to try to stop one of those two for East. But if Godfrey can get going, it's not going to be as it won't be 81-6 is what I'm saying.
Right. Um, and man, like when you look at it too, like big shout out to Damian Thomas, the defensive tackle over there at Princeton, playing extremely well. And Landon Crane right now, dude, is playing lights out. Bluefield transfer in. That dude is playing like a first team all state linebacker, and he'll probably end up getting that nod if I had to guess, just because of big name, big school, big place typically translate well to the all state ballot. Um, it'll be, dude, I cannot wait. This is like one of my Super Bowls, man. Like, there's a couple of schools I watch a little bit heavier, and it's like, man, this is going to be a crazy one. Shout out to my dog, Coach Anderson. He's up at Greenbrier East doing his thing, man. So, like, anytime I can watch the Spartans and Princeton on the same field, and it's not a 70-point blowout, I'm game, dude. Sign me up for real. And I guess the sleeper with this too is special teams. Passage ball is what Princeton's been calling it. Princeton special teams has been, I believe they have a blocked kick or punt every single week this season, and that's an insane just turnout, show out, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, even Mosser obviously still doing damage on special
Yeah,
teams. You don't want to kick it to him. He had that one called back. I was talking to Brad on Saturday, and he had his passing touchdown brought back, and then also a kick return brought back, and he's had a couple of those. You don't want to kick to him, so we'll see how Greenberry responds. Obviously, they're going to try to not let him get the ball as often as possible, but I think it's definitely gonna. And Princeton, on the other hand, though, has struggled in the kicking game. So if it comes down to that, points, just extra points and all that, it could bode well for Greenbrier East if they can manage the special teams.
and something that's been super interesting to watch this season specifically, and I think this comes down to Coach Tanner and his staff, man, is that they've had some close first half games, and then they have just blown the door off the barn in the second half multiple times. Bluefield that had was what 21-7.
I mean,
Graham, it was, I believe, what a 1 point game. Even Winfield, I believe, was 14-14 at half. Um, and then they have just come out second half with the game plan, and they're just throwing discs and just shooting them down for real, man.
I mean,
It'll be a fun one. Not too many times do we see number 2 and number 3 this late into the season playing. And what's beautiful is that, assuming that this season stays relatively close to what it is, that this team wouldn't meet again until a deep, deep playoff run, man, and that would be even cooler.
yeah, I mean, Princeton's really, you brought up the Bluefield, Winfield. Winfield, it was 28-21, and Princeton had a third and I want to say 14-15, and Barker ran for like a 12-yard run, and it was 4th and 3, and then they got it, and I think that just kind of swung everything in their favor, obviously, with the final score being 59-21 as it is. And I think, Princeton's just you got to play all 4 quarters against them. And it's tough to do with the athletes and the talent that they really have, and what Coach Tanner's really bringing into, the intensity into that locker room, that, you can't get the pedal off the metal. You can't take the metal off the pedal. Yeah, I think you got to play all 4 quarters. I think Greenbrier East has a shot to do that, but we'll see. Nobody really has been able to do that besides Graham. That was probably 3.5 quarters, I'd say, for Graham, and that was the closest they got. So
Listen, John, now that you're away, who recovered the fumble?
easily Graham.
Yeah. Oops. Just
Uh,
had to do a little heat check, you know.
yeah, I mean, obviously you can't allow a 99-yard touchdown right after that. But, yeah, no, I would, and obviously it changed the whole game. But I was right there. That's the clip that everybody wants to keep showing, the WVVA clip. Um, I literally left right after that clip, and of course, Alex Cox scored the 99-yard touchdown right after that. So I didn't film that on accident, but yeah, it was Graham's ball for sure. But either way, uh, it's gonna be a good one. Obviously, you brought up 2 and 3 late in the season. Obviously, it was Bluefield Indy 1 and 3 a couple 2 weeks ago now. So we'll see if Greenbrier East. I think that this is their real chance. Obviously, taking
Oh
down
yeah,
Oakdale and the upset. I think a lot of people thought to begin the year against Woodrow. This is
that was
really
a
where,
big win.
yeah, I think this is where it really comes to show if Greenbrier East can make a deep playoff run, like you're saying, if they can get to what Princeton's done recently and potentially meet up later in the year.
And I couldn't tell you the last time that Brody Hamrick turned the football over, and that's important too. You cannot give that Princeton team any extra possessions. He's had multiple games where he's finished above 70% completion. He's being a smart quarterback. And I would love to see them get Grant Burdette going some more too. I know he had like 86 and 2 touchdowns, maybe 2, 3 weeks back. I mean, he could be maybe the sleeper player in this game. Granted, we have two, I would dare say, elite quarterbacks. Obviously, with the bigger names in the area, sometimes Brody Hamler gets washed out some. Um, and I mean, at the play that Brad Moss was playing, we haven't said Chance Barker's name nearly as much as we should have been saying it. He's playing really sound football right now. He's throwing the football well. He right now his arm, you can see the offseason training. He's putting the football on any hash he aims to. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be a big one, dude. I cannot wait. I'm gonna have a pot of coffee ready for that one, dude. I won't even blink. I'm not missing a thing for that one. Another good one too. Staying local at face value. I guess you can. I guess the consensus pick may be blowout. You got West Side traveling up to Indy. West Side's probably playing a little bit mad off of this one because they lost to Liberty in OT. Shout out to Jackson Workman. That guy has had an incredible season, dog. Oh my goodness. The numbers that he's putting up, they may not win every single game, but that guy's he's gonna give you 175 and 125 every single game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just look the young quarterbacks, and he's a sophomore. Like you bring it, he's in. You know, I say like when we're bringing up Brock Green and Max Simpson, then the next tier is like Jackson and Braden Waldron. Obviously, they just faced off with. So I think obviously they showed out, especially on West Side's homecoming, which is not the easiest thing to do. West when this game happened last year between West Side and Indy, West Side was undefeated at that point. I don't really remember what rating they were at that time, but they were definitely up there in the AA standings, and then
West Side, I think, was around 7 for most of the year. That felt right. Then they dropped like 2 out of 3 towards the end. So they were definitely in the top 10 of, double A. And they got some, hey, Indy come out and they were ready on that one. They had been hearing some talk on.
yeah,
Um,
no, I think Indy's comparatively to last year is just on a different stratosphere than even last year's Indy's team. So it's going to be like such a tough task for West Side, especially going there to Coal City this time. Um, it's not going to be so. They're gonna have their work cut out for them for sure in that one. But we'll see. I mean, they're definitely coming off angry, like you said. We'll see if they can really bounce back and show a little bit. I don't think that they'll come away with the win, but show some signs of life a little bit to they're teetering around the middle of the being in and out of the playoffs in Double A. I think they could show something here, could be able to stay. Obviously, it's all formula based, but stay in that the tier that they're still in.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And this is still like for one, me and Cody done preseason awards last week. Not mid season. And my coach of the year is probably Will Daniels to come in there and just keep the team at that type of just relevancy that they have to be uh basically I'd say the bounce of the football away from sitting at like 4-1 right now. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Like you said, Waldron, kid's just a sophomore. I mean, not too many teams get that lucky that they lose a borderline generational school quarterback. And I mean, let's use just NFL terms. How often does someone replace an all-pro quarterback with a Pro Bowl quarterback at that point? Not too often. So they definitely got, I won't say lucky there because the young man's put in some real serious work. I just think independence is just too much of a task for anybody right now because they are playing elite, sound, clean, physical football, man, for real. Brock Green looks like a man possessed, dude. He's just Matt Stafford out there with legs on him, dude. He can throw a football over a mountain, bro, for real. And KJ Byers is a freshman. If I didn't know that, you couldn't convince me of that. For real, the young man looks polished as a freshman playing wide out. And Silas Nelson, bro, that guy put on some weight. He looks like an absolute menace in pads, and he is just running dudes over. And those teams in Ohio that they beat, I mean, I can only imagine the feel around the team versus like the public eye because those were like some very good football teams. I believe they have one more out of state game left, if I'm not mistaken. They had three of them.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the two teams that they beat last season won like 9 games and won 10 games. And they beat them pretty convincingly. Um, I'm not going to put a score out there, or I won't put a spread. But West Side, their best chances is the hope that the bye week in the rain caused just a little bit of rust, just to allow them just to get out early.
I was going to say the other way that obviously the bye week's going to help them like recover even more so with anything that they were
Yeah.
kind of dealing with. So it's gonna and obviously coming off an emotional loss like that, it's for West Side, it's gonna be tough. But I think I don't really want to put a point spread out there either. But it's gonna be tough for West Side for sure. But I still think that they're a top 16 team in Double A, no matter win or loss in this one.
Oh, any opinion made on a game like this is no mark towards West Side by any means. And that's the most important context to put out there, really, is like West Side is far exceeding expectations already. Just it's hard to beat a team that is like, and I heard Coach John Lilly say in an interview about Facebook already deeming them state champions or anything like that, but just really like, hey, that's a football club right there. That's a team. You can tell, there's just a big difference between teams who are trying to find their identity in a team who's like, I'm going to the state championship. Just a little bit different. That's all. Another one that I think will be a good one. I love an underdog. Love an underdog. Is number 12 in Double A, James Monroe at number 16, Greenbrier West. History says this is always an intense football game in a beautiful Rockwood. James Monroe to me is better than number 12, and I think we can all probably agree on that. Ryan Mann's playing some tremendous football right now, and so is the surrounding cast from Brock Parker. He's had a tremendous season. Caden Hines, he's had some big catches. The WVU commit, Bryce Gardenier. I mean, that guy. Listen, that football team, they're hooping. For real, they are hooping. Greenbrier West has been on the opposite half of just a couple of just tough losses, getting shut out by man. That has to suck. But they've been injury riddled this season. and Greenbrier West, respectively, always plays a pretty tough football schedule. When we had Coach Vaughn and our little preseason tour, he talked about how they love to play the good teams. Well, that sucks when you get hit with the injury bug, because then you're always playing a good team down man or down men.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for 2 years in a row basically for them dealing with
Yeah,
injuries like this. It's nothing you ever really want to deal with as a football team, and even with obviously West coming in at 16 and James Rowe at 12, I still think last year the game was it was close for about a little bit. It was 32-8 at the end, but West still showed you know. Something there against James Monroe, and I think it's still going to be a tough task this time around, just due to the health of and where both teams stand at the current standing. But West obviously isn't happy with with how this rivalry has gone in the past. Obviously, State semifinals in 2023. State it was second round. I want to say, and obviously both were single A at that point in 2022. So we'll see how this rivalry really turns out, and see if West can really, show something to make it back into the playoffs after a down year again from last year, and trying to just get back healthy as well.
and I mean, regardless, don't they like? I know with all of the reclassifications and the rehashing of rules and the read this and the read that and the read this and the read that. But regardless, they get points for playing a double A team anyways, which always helps out. And we are in an era where, because of such rules, which is say last season, why Westside had to basically white picket themselves into the playoffs. Um, you know, is you do get a little bit of help for playing a tougher schedule, which I'm not opposed to, but rules like that will always get abused.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen. There's always going to be some kind of contextual thing where it's like, well, this, that, the third. Now I will say, I'd say the VSSAC is not hearing it this year. If I had to guess, if
probably
a
not.
team's out, they're out. That's just what it is right now. But I would love to see this Greenbrier West team at least sneak in, man. They're always just good crowd, good coach, good kids, and that don't warn you nothing. But this is a hard fought ball club.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Vaughn obviously trying to, you know, after a year where they made it to the state championships, trying to, get the guys going. Great coach, great guy. And I think, you know, even if they don't, again, just like with Westside, if they don't come away with the win, I don't think that doesn't mean that they're not still a playoff caliber team, especially full strength. Definitely a playoff caliber team in single A, but um, still try to get something going. And obviously in a rivalry game, you never really know what can happen. So
And all kudos to James Monroe for real. They have really just found that dominancy back. Obviously, that Bluefield game sucks on their end. Shout out to Bluefield. That's a big win for that program, especially when it comes time for the points, because this is a James Monroe team that once they do wake up, you're going to benefit from them, waking up. Um, so, I mean, yeah. Shout out to Coach John Mustang also for 75. Big dog got the bitch 75. I love that guy, dude, for real.
yeah,
Something about me, just like the old timey football coach, man. Like, I just want to give him a hug and just text him good morning, for real. That's my guy.
yeah. No, I
Um,
texted him after I was leaving, but yeah, no, he was my first ever interview actually too. Once I moved down, so I'm pretty sure. So
oh,
yeah, I
that's
know.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No,
Oh,
you're good.
see, Cody just said send him the invite. For those of you that do not know, well, I guess I won't put his business out there. It's not crazy. Cody basically his toilet broke, so he had to replace the toilet. He's in school now. Shout out to my dog Cody Hatfield. So he was like, Fred, homework, got to fix the toilet. You got to run it without us. Well, our guy that y'all saw us add in, Matt Mullins, he cannot make it tonight now. So Cody is being forced to put down the toilet and pick up
Right.
the clock and come on to fresh off the clock. So, but I guess while we wait for him to join in, I do want to talk about real quick. My dogs, Mount View versus Summers County. The same thing again last week. Two winless teams going into it. One of them is leaving with the dub. Wyoming East took that one 22 to nothing. Mount View is going through any coach's nightmare. Basically going, and you probably know the quick backstory, but I'll tell the fans here. Going into the season, they had a very tight quarterback battle. One of those quarterbacks in the first game tore his ACL, Jackson Rose. Jackson, congratulations, he just got I believe his first offer from Muskingcombe. I don't want to mispronounce it,
I think
but
you're
they're
right.
the Sharks. But so he tears his ACL week one. Then against Wyoming East, quarterback Maddox Walker, I believe it was a broken wrist that, to my knowledge, was decently gruesome. And then Jaden Morris, the freshman quarterback, breaks his collarbone the same game. So they're running into that puppy with like emergency quarterback. Now, Summers County and Mount View are probably thinking the same exact thing. Fellas, we can finally win one, you know? So this is going to be like, I don't want to put a game of the week tag on nothing whenever you got Princeton and Greenbrier East playing and you got all of these other big games. But this could well be sneakily a super good game. I'm being serious. Oh,
Score-wise,
what is
for
this?
sure.
There it is.
Boom. All right. So since we got three in, I'm going to take the border off just so we can at least see the faces. Cody, real quick, give me your take. Mount View versus Summers County. Who takes it?
Man, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it, Fred. You know, I rock with you. I rock with you boys all the time.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, but we gotta go with Summers County.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go with Summers County. we gotta go with Summers County, man.
I never let my bias rumble. All right. I haven't been able to in a while now. Last season they had a couple of wins. Summers County people are really good to us, and I appreciate them and their fans year round. I just want one. Aaron Hood, break one, you know? Just break one up. He broke one against the man. Got down on the one, and then they got stuffed because of I believe it might have been a back snap or a miscommunication between center and quarterback thing. Which sucks, dude. They've outscored. We are on the Mount View touchdown watch right now, dude. Offensive touchdown watch. We're still waiting for number one. We get 3 of them this week in a 21-6 victory bucket. Now,
but to be real with you, I don't know much about either team. I picked Summers County just because I've been in contact with somebody that's got connections at Summers County, and they might actually be joining us. Me and Fred's got to get on a phone call with them either tonight or tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, Cody, player of the week is Brad Mosser, just catching you up here.
Absolutely.
And John thinks you're a handsome man.
Hey.
That's basically what's happened in the past 30 minutes. So
listen, when a handsome man says you're a handsome man, you got to take it. Also, hey John, good trade. Yeah. Good trade.
Yeah.
I think both teams got better.
Yeah, I wanted a wide receiver too for sure. Mm-hmm. So
what?
I completely forget to post this fantasy league week in and week out. But I appreciate y'all playing. We're going to post the final scores. We're going to do some kind of loser punishment. That's probably going to be me, by the way. I don't know if y'all saw these rankings. And every other league combined, I'm like 20-2, and then in this league, I'm 1-4. So, yeah, about that.
Yeah, I just Weston was 0-4, and I just lost to him. So it's not I don't know how. I had JCM and Rico Dowdle on my bench. So that's pretty much why.
Man.
Dowdle. In my South Carolina league where I used to sell cars at, I made the clutches, which it wouldn't have been terrible to be honest with you, because J.K. Dobbins called on late against us. We lost to the Broncos. But my gut was like, Fred, start Dowdle because I needed a running back. It's my bye week, Armageddon. We all have them. Where you just for some reason have 4 people starting to have buys. I needed a running back bad, and I was going to start J.K. Dobbins, and I just tossed Daddle in, and I beat my general manager pretty convincingly, so I was happy about that move. But in this league that we're in, I can't buy a win right now. To be honest with you, I can't do
Christian
it, which is fine because
can't buy a loss.
Yeah, Christian's doing good.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know.
he just beat me this past week. John, I
Oh,
thought
shoot.
I had you beat last week, and
Nah,
then you come in on me. And then Christian, the same thing. After the 1 p.m. slates, I was projected to win the game. I was at like a 60% chance to win. And then I just get smacked again. Can't beat it. But Cody, before we dive into Virginia, I do want to get hashtag John's picks. Because I can
Mhm.
rewind this. And John, so basically we've been doing pick'ems with the fans, and then whoever has the highest percentage of winning that plays in at least 5 pick'ems with us at the end of the season gets a free shirt.
nice.
Something simple, something cool, and it's free advertising for us because they're gonna wear our logo to Walmart, you know. So it's a win-win for everybody. I won't guarantee you a free shirt. You know what? Actually, free agent John's a free agent on the market, and it looks like to me that he cleared waivers. We will get you a shirt pronto, John.
Now you cleared the waiver.
So I'll just hit the little local games. Riverside, Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow.
Woodrow.
I'm just gonna go off the
Oakfield
dome.
Capital. That's gonna be a game right there.
Who's Capital playing?
Oak Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be.
And I'm pretty sure Luke Endicott is back.
That's
They had
big
Antoine
for
Hicks
them.
playing quarterback for a couple weeks.
Yeah, Endicott being back is big. Capital Gate Princeton. I think it'll be tight, but I gotta probably go Capital. Just they played a tighter game against Princeton than Oak Hill.
Princeton and Greenbrier East.
Yeah, it's tough. They've been there before. I think we gotta go Princeton.
I'm not mad at it. Bluefield in Nicholas County could be a good one here.
That could be. I'm still gonna ride with the Beavers though. I think they're just on obviously Nicholas coming off the trail loss, Bluefield still coming in on the win against Georgia Wynn.
What a game that was, man.
Mhm.
Dude, Cody, we need to figure this organization stuff out because I could have sat here with John for 4 hours and talked about these games for real. Listen, Cody, you need to go work for a news station for a while in West Virginia and come on. It feels good to just talk about West Virginia football freely and have engaging conversation about it, not me just spouting out stats and highlights and then Cody being like, over to Virginia, guys. You know, so
Hey, you know where home's at.
It'll turn around and once we get to the Virginia part.
I was gonna say, you
Right.
know where home's at. 276, man. That's where I'm gonna be.
and then Cody's over here like Mike Reese and Kellen Hamilton. Wow, very light
Who are
on the
the best?
AAA games. Indy Westside.
Independence.
Are y'all familiar with like southern West Virginia, like Mingo County area?
Like I could give you if they're playing another local team. But
Logan and Scott, they're local to each other.
So, yeah.
Logan.
Cody knows we
Logan's
are
undefeated,
Wildcats.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, no, Logan's legit.
Go Logan.
Their wide receiver, Lucas Lambert, he's 6'3", he's a sophomore, and he has a game day invite from every Big 12 school, including WVU as of yesterday. He will be at the TCU game. That kid is legit, bro, and he's a sophomore.
Like that.
Tug Valley plays Wayne. I don't know if you're familiar with that area.
I somewhat know Tug Valley. Wayne, no clue. So
Time out.
Tug Valley, since I know about them.
In the comments, we had Noah Lucas said, "What about them boys from Naugatuck?" I don't know how to say that, but Tug Valley.
No, you said it correct. Hey, Tug, listen. Bryce and Eli, they put a hurting on the Raiders, 48-6. Bryce and Eli had the cleanest hurdle you've seen in your life called back for obvious reasons. But Tug Valley, I think they beat Wayne pretty convincingly, to be honest with you. Wayne has had a tough time with that little triangle of schools, whether it's been Mingo, Logan, like they've had a tough time with that part of the state this year. Pikeview, Wyoming East. Wow.
Gotta go Pikeview.
A great time for this. Shout out to Peyton Mounts, man. Let's go, bro. Dude. Route 460 Player of the Week brought to you by Hometown Shell. Bro, John, did you see that pitch?
Some man no, but
dude, Peyton Mounts, Peyton Mounts, not lying to you. I'll go find it and I will send it to you after. He's mid jumping. He's Odelling the ball out of the receiver. Like the receiver's like this catching it. And like Peyton Mounts just one hand back catches it and rips it out the dude's hands for an interception. Was disgusting. He rushed for 205, 2 tutties, and 2 picks. Deserves 460 Player of the Week. Every bit of the billboard that's his this week. I promise you that. Y'all be on the lookout for that coming up. Route 52 in Bluewell by Cold Truck Parts, and start tomorrow or maybe even today. You will see Peyton Mounts. Shout out to his mom. That picture was hard, bro. On the billboard, that's going to be beautiful. Mrs. Jessica, if you're watching this, take a picture of him by the billboard, if you would, and send that to us, please. And thank you.
And thank you.
Shady Spring and Liberty.
That's actually in previous years I'd always go Shady, but I think Liberty's. I think we got to go Liberty. I think they're coming off that big win. Shady's not what they were even last year, so I think we're going to go Liberty.
Now, this is where it gets hairy because Liberty, with the AAA win, they're at 22 right now. Indy is going to beat Westside probably, right? Not even probably. You can probably take it to the bank.
Yeah.
I don't know, 17-21, but we could be looking at a whole different rankings this day next week. And I would love to see Liberty in that dance, bro, for real. I would love to see Liberty in that dance. That just good for the school. They've had a couple of down years in terms of football, That would be beautiful. Now down to single A. This is where I get shifty. Sherman and Tulsa out west. Sherman, they're on a heater right now. They should win that game pretty convincingly. Trey Lester is fighting for Offensive Player of the Year award for us. Their star running back. He gives you 200 yards receiving, 200 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving and 3 tutties every single week, bro. He's a workhorse. Meadowbridge and Bland County.
Gonna go Meadow.
Gotta go Meadow.
You hope so, right? Bland's 1-5. I don't know who Bland beat, to be honest with you. But I thought their scrimmage with Mountain View was just a scrimmage, man. What did I miss, Cody?
It was not a scrimmage.
And Meadowbridge sitting at I believe they dropped to number 11 in the newest, or they might be at number 8 now. They're 4-1. Then going down, Greenbrier West and James Monroe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go James Monroe.
Not mad at you for it. That's a safe pick. Montcalm, number 13. That's my battle horn for the Generals. They play Phelps, Kentucky Hornets. Phelps this year's 2-3. Historically, to my understanding, they haven't been the most competitive team, but in the past 2-3 years, they've definitely been able to put together some competitive teams on field.
Montcalm's coming off of loss against Roanoke Catholic, so they're gonna bounce back. Shout out Coach Havens.
Hey, shout out Coach Havens, man. That's a loss. It's just hard to judge the team on, to be honest with you, right? And I'm not too familiar with Roanoke Catholic or anything, but I am familiar with the level of football played in that area. And I knocked Montcalm none for that one whatsoever. Riverview plays Webster County. I don't know if you want to dabble in that one, but I'm going to go Riverview there myself.
Probably same. I think so.
All right, John.
I don't know Webster, so.
All right, John. last pick'ems for you, buddy.
Okay.
Mount View, Summers County. What's your choice here?
Summers. Yeah, I don't even have to like deliberate with like how Cody did it. Like I'm just gonna go Summers County.
What? Dude, am I the long gold night tonight? What's going on?
Well, you did go to the high school, so
Yeah.
Man, Coach Pugh's a great guy, by the way. You know, like, but dude, hey, Coach Curtis Lindsey, O-line, I hope y'all watching this, bro. Listen, if don't no one believe, I do.
hey, somebody's
Now,
got.
Somebody got to believe.
that concludes the West Virginia show. Shout out to our sponsors, Bill Cole Auto Mall, Herbert Burton Bank, Burton Herbert Bank, and Raynell Medical Center, Better Healthcare at Home, and supports our full-time shout out to our full-time supporters on that too, which is going to be Sarah Shortbaker with Home and by Hicks and Co. And always our friends over at Culture Grill and Cantina, and our friends over at the Low Tony's Humble and Blessed Foundation. Dude, I was running there, man. So guys, if you'll give me a second, I'll switch over everything real quick. Hold on.
John, welcome to my home.
All right.
276.
I know like Southwest District and the 3 Tazewell counties, so
It's just enough. Hey,
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, yeah. For those of you who are here, go ahead and give this thing a share, please. Share this video if you think John Suratt's a cool guy. You know, that's how you get some clickbait in there. Cody's like, drop a football in the comments if you're gonna miss John Suratt. I open up the comments. There's 30 footballs. I was like, dude, I love Facebook so much, man. That's hilarious. Dude, John, the people love you, man. The people love you for real.
I showed it. I felt it on my last day for sure. Graham cheerleader, shout out Graham High School cheerleading. Got me a sign, so I came back on Saturday and got them a sign. So that's literally why I drove down. 12 total hours. Well, like 13 probably hours.
Oh, that's beautiful. That really is.
Burning up the roads.
Yeah.
Hey, you were able to be there.
Yes.
So, all right, for the fans. What's up, everybody? It's Big Fred with Fresh Off the Clock. No, just kidding. So basically what we've been doing, guys, is the past couple of weeks, just to make more sense for all parties involved, we have just kind of merged the two states into one show. So just like that, we are just transitioning from the West Virginia over to the SWVA over there in Virginia. Joining us tonight, again, is Sir John Suratt.
I like how you got knighted while you've been gone. That was crazy.
Knighted.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sir John Suratt.
Right. Cody, did the toilet get fixed?
No, we stopped halfway through. There is no toilet attached to my floor at this moment.
How are you going to go to the bathroom?
The boys got to go outside.
Oh.
It is what it is.
Hey, shout out to the Lord and trees, I tell you that much, you know. Or just yell, "What's that below?" You know, I mean, hey, you'll just see on J&J News later. Man, Fresh Off the Clock co-owner Cody Hatfield arrested for public indecency, and it's just him trying to go to the bathroom out of the window.
Trying to pee behind a tree, man.
So boom, we got our West Virginia Player of the Week out the way. That is Brad Mosser once again. Shout out to the dog, Brad. You got some shirts coming your way. And also shout out to the Route 460 Player of the Week. It is relevant in this video as well. Peyton Mounts from Pikeview, running back out of Mercer County. He went crazy, but don't worry, Virginia, because you got a crazy one coming your way too. Cody Hatfield, let's just kick this puppy off. First off, this video is brought to you by Goodson Supermarket. Every good town needs a super good place like Goodson Supermarket. And our friends over at First Community Bank, and also Mrs. Sarah Short Baker, Coach Baker. We are fans of. Wow, dude, my brain just blanked there. And Sarah Short Baker, home by Hicks and Co. Shout out to Coach Baker. We are Baker fans on this show. It was nice to see Coach Todd up there being the grand marshal for the homecoming parade. By the grace of God, he is still just going wild, and we just love him. And also shout out to our friends once again at Culture Grill and Canteen. And Bilko Auto Mall is right up the street. Just go across the state line and did yourself a good deal. I'm just doing plugs at this point. I'm hoping they're watching so they'll, push us more. But Cody, go ahead and reveal to them who is player of the week. I know you're not frozen. I can see your fan spinning around.
Oh wait. All right, we got two. So we got two player of the weeks. This week we did because it was super close.
We're calling it right now.
No, we're not calling it. No, we're not calling it. We put out a poll earlier this week.
Fan voting.
So yes, we have a SWVA fan voted player of the week. That player of the week is Cole Barnett from Rye-Cove. Cole had 11 carries for 165 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick 6.
Go Eagles, man. Go Birds.
Their win Friday. Big game for Cole. He has I think what I saw earlier this week was last year, the whole season, he had 7 total touchdowns. And right now he's at 14. So completely took over that offense for him. Losing Will Rollins, your Class 1 player of the year.
No, not Will Rollins. Will Rollins is still there. The quarterback, what's his name? The quarterback? Landon Lane. Sorry, I did say Will Rollins. Landon Lane. 51 touchdowns last year from Landon Lane. 51. What was that? The number 51?
It was somewhere near there. It was somewhere near there. But
disgusting.
Huge shoes to fill on the offensive side, and Cole has stepped in and he has done everything he can to help that offense just be as prolific as it was last year. So shout out to him for being our SWVA fan voted player of the week, and for our Southwest Virginia player of the week, you have
regional.
What? East Side's running back, King Keldon Hamilton. Keldon went crazy, as always. It's a week in, week out thing with Keldon. 14 carries, 264 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. And I believe he also had 8 tackles on defense.
Keldon,
if you're not familiar with
Matt
Keldon,
Mullins, we will be at the game, technically, not me and Cody, but first off the clock wheel. Dude, if Matt's in the end zone and you score, dude, please just do it. Just do it one time. Coach Rhodes, I'm sorry for enticing the kids.
It's a rivalry game, so I don't know. But if you want to do it, you've been crowned. Cool. You've been crowned.
Maybe
man.
Even after a little touchdown, you point at the camera and go shout at the fresh off the clock. That
would be crazy.
PTO request put in, that'd be pretty cool.
Super dope. Also, I want to shout out to Lane Jesse from Lebanon.
Oh yeah.
It was super close in the fan voting. How he slipped my mind when I was putting together the poll, I have no idea. But Lane popped off for 11 carries, 179 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. How he's turned into Christian McCaffrey is crazy. I did have to fix the toilet, but it's been an ongoing
Cody,
process.
I believe you're missing 8 people right now.
Oh, am I?
Oh, buddy.
The Giles County?
Oh, the front 8. We partnered with Butlin Law Firm PLLC to bring you the Giles County Player of the Week. Now, Giles County, they've been on a historic run right now. That offensive line, the Hogs, dude, they've been going crazy. Player of the Week isn't just the offensive line, but we have given them the nickname, the front 8.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Thwaites, dude. Will Tickle is his name. When I told Mesa that, she turns and goes, he better not. Hunter and Skylar Keffer, Mason Bryant, John Smith, Tyler Stafford, and Mason Myers. That is the front 8. That is the offensive line, your fullbacks, and your tight ends. And all of them, they all put into this pile for 553 rushing yards at 8.1 yards a carry and 8 rushing touchdowns. Fellas, you deserve it. You are the Butler Law Firm Giles County Player of the Week for the second time in 4 weeks of doing this award. Man, and they got some big games coming up. And buddy, listen, me and Cody talked about it today. If Giles gets crazy how I want him to get crazy, I'll hop on this podcast and talk crazy about him, and I'm being serious. Let's go, man. The big dogs, for real.
If Giles finishes the year 9-1, Fred gonna get a tattoo?
No, because I'm ready to get one for Mike Reese hitting 5,000 yards. What are you talking about? John, I have promised the fan base that if their quarterback is 5,000 total yards, I would get a number 10 tattooed on my body, and they have not let me forget about it. And the week after I made the announcement of what he has to track to hit it, he decreased that number by a significant margin by throwing 500 yards, basically. And so I may be a Mike Reese fan for life. And I'm here for it, bro. What, dude? When I move to SWVA, you think I won't go to every UVA Wise game and just be like, yeah, that's the start quarterback? Dude, I'm in. What? Come on now.
Get back to the
all right. Well, Player of the Week, King Kelvin Hamilton. Congratulations, good sir. We will have a shirt on your way. Man, great game. There's a big one this week. But before we do that,
there was a big one last week.
Counties. John, my friend, Tazewell County legend yourself, John Suratt. I guess we will start off with the Richlands. For one, they've been doing some incredible stuff this season. Andrew Boyd has been sensational, and they took down Grundy 35-0, a historical matchup for history itself.
Last time they played.
Yeah.
Boyd threw 265, 2 and 1 rushing tutty there. And Colin Atkins, everybody loves Colin Atkins. 8 catches for 95 yards in that tutty. Did you have a chance to check out that one? And if so, talk to me. So,
I mean, just for Richlands where they were not that long ago, and now getting back to winning football, which has been a little. Where do I want to go with this? Just it hasn't been apparent recently.
It hasn't been their culture lately.
Yeah, they've been turning it around for sure with Coach Davis in town. Boyd obviously he was hurt to start the year last year, and now he's really showed out as one of the top quarterbacks in Southwest Virginia, and really potentially making the playoffs for the first time. And I'm trying to remember how long it had been. I did it for the preview, but it's been a little bit for them, and try to get back to winning culture for them. I feel like he's in.
And Cody, spin with me, buddy. It's the Blue Tornado. Let's go, Richland! Whoa! Let's go, fellas.
All right.
That was crazy.
Dude,
that was wonderful.
I live in an apartment complex. My neighbors are like, Richlands, what?
Like, brother.
They definitely know what fresh off the clock is at this point. Yeah.
They're watching right now.
Right. Hey, Fred, turn it down. I'm trying to sleep. Sorry, Fisher. That's my neighbor's name. I'm actually friends with all of the neighbors around here because I'm a little bit of an ADHD-driven social butterfly. But yeah, no, Ronnie Davis. Hey.
Yeah. Really turning
hats off to them guys. They're 4-2, I think. Maybe even 4-2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they had the week 0 game. Yeah. They lost. They lost to Lebanon. Beat Grundy.
They beat Abingdon. Cody, what is Richland? Are they 3-3 or are they
3-3? 3-3.
Hey, still, that Virginia High game, the first half, they come out and they fought with them. They were leading that half at that one. that
In the
team's
first
figured out
half,
how to play second half football. That's
yeah,
hey.
they've been in
Once
every
they
game
run,
they've played this year in the first half, and then it's just teams have gotten the better of them in the second half. But that comes with experience. It comes with time. It comes with growth. So they'll figure it out.
500 gets into the playoffs. Like, I mean, you saw it last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can do that and, even be better than an 8 or a 7, if they can compete in the first half, if they can just play full 4 quarters against some of these better teams, I'd watch
Sky's the
out.
limit. I don't know, John, if you were here in this area back when Richlands was like in the height of their prominence, but that community, I know that they are so excited to have good football back in the Tornado territory. I know they're excited about it. You can see it all over Facebook, social media. They're proud of this team. And as somebody who played Richlands throughout my career, basically never beat them when I was in school, I'm happy to see them back too. I was happy to see them losing like they were, but Tazewell County football is better when Richlands is good. So
then you just stop being a hater.
There's 2 teams that I'll never be not a hater of. All right, but it's the weeks that we play them. So Bluefield, Richlands.
Hey, speaking of the team you root for, Graham finally put something on paper that looks good. And I won't say finally, that was completely disrespectful. Like me and John talked about, John was the one that got the infamous video of the fumble recovery. John said it, we said it. It was obviously Graham ball. I'm not trying to pick out any scabs and cause some blood to drip down on any arms or anything, but I'm just saying is that Graham finally just got a field-earned victory.
Yep.
Dalton Roberts being back though,
different.
I don't want to say you just write off the previous games or anything, but it does give a realistic reason to have optimism going into this second half of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Don't let Graham catch fire right now. I know they got some real tough games, Union, Virginia High, Lebanon coming up. I mean, that's a heck of a 4 or 5 game stretch. But don't let this Graham team get hot. That defense figures it out. I know Coach Palmer, he's heavy on defense, and he's going to preach it. That Graham Union game, it's going to be a Graham Union game. I don't care who's at quarterback. I'm glad
they've already played. Yeah, they played.
Yeah. Not Union. Sorry. Virginia High. That Graham Virginia High game is going to be a Graham Virginia High game. You got 2 quarterbacks in Dylan Graham. Shout out Graham. Just again, Graham.
Dion. Shout out to Dion.
I keep calling him Dylan. I keep calling him Dylan.
You're thinking about Dylan Nash, the kicker. I just saw Dylan Nash get baptized. Congrats, big dog. That's the legendary Graham kicker.
Legendary Graham kicker. But that game's going to be crazy. Graham's defense got to show up for it. Lebanon, if Graham's not careful, I mean, Lebanon really might put up 60 on him. If they're not
last team, bro, do you know what Lebanon's average in that game, Cody Hatfield?
It's
51 points a game, cuz.
Yeah, didn't know that. I thought it was like 40 something. Yeah. Didn't know that.
51.
Well,
I'm gonna have a number 10 on my arm, Cody, for the rest of my life.
Yes, you are. Big Mike Reese, Mr. Energy. Big Mike Reese.
I'm hoping that it's just bad ink and it kind of turns to green. And I'm like, dude, I love Deshaun Jackson when he played for the Eagles. Deshaun Jackson was my guy, But
if Graham beats Lebanon, you gonna get a Gabe Lilly tattoo? Give me a little number 1 right there.
Why are you just giving my body up, man? What is this?
I'm
trying to see the Victorian era or something, and I'm like a child or something. What's going on here, Code?
Yeah, I'm trying to see Big Fred get tatted,
Now, I will say Graham will be a part of several game of the weeks from here on out.
Mm-hmm.
The Richlands game.
The Richlands game is
going to be an interesting one. I won't talk crazy yet. Yes, I will. Dude, listen, Richlands can beat Graham this year. I'm not saying they will, but I'm saying they possess the star power and the momentum carrying that star power. If they hit the right stride at kickoff, the thing is about Graham is that is a team that will always have a chance for at least 3.5 quarters. Regardless of any game they're in, that Union game, right? The game kind of got away at the end, but there for most of that football game, they were hitting heads and they were competing and they were playing hard.
Yeah, 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Richlands, that's going to be a task for him. Even if you lose that game, it don't hurt you too bad. Because also, as we see, if Graham is a team that they can still put up 50 points, which I think was relaxing for them to see. Because last year, the Graham kind of feel like the Eagles right now, to be completely honest with you, right? Won a championship last season. They've had some trouble putting some stuff together this season on offense. Yeah, so like the fact that they can still put up 50, they can still just blow out the teams that they're supposed to, is promising.
They're gonna be fine.
Because they do. I mean, Richlands is going to be a test. Virginia High, man, that's a good football team right now, for real. Mm. And then obviously Lebanon. We're basically like the Lebanon Pioneers' personal ESPN at this point, to be honest with you. And I'm all right with it. Because, man, I love those people, dude. Great people down there. They're going to support us. You want to see your team on here more? Well, have them score 51 points a game, and I promise you, we'll put them on this podcast. Listen, hey, they're doing it. Those are 3 games right there. That could lead to Graham being under 500.
Good.
And
for the first time,
of the
for the first time in the Tony Palmer era, it ain't gonna happen though.
Hey, Mike Tomlin, 500, at least 5, right? At least 5.
I don't think they've been 6-4 with. I think 7-3. His first season was his worst record.
Worst record, yeah, in 2016, 2017.
So he's already on pace to obviously match that, but I still think they're going to be fine, even if they finish 7-3, 6-4 with the Lebanon game, or 5-5. That'd be a little bit tough, but because you got to go on the road to Union or Lebanon at that point on the playoffs.
Yeah, and or maybe a Gate City.
Yeah,
you still don't want that, or a Ridgeview. You don't want that either. You don't want that.
And Mace's calling.
Go ahead. I'm gonna run.
Yeah,
I'm actually live right now. Say what up to Facebook, you sweet girl. How is work going?
All right. Well, I'm running on without him.
Okay.
So I do want to backtrack. We had a game last week that was our game of the week. It was Union versus Gate City. Huge playoff indications there. You know what I mean, with seeding and stuff like that. Union won 42, Gate City 21. I don't think the score actually shows how close and how hard fought that game was.
100%.
But like we were saying, man, Union, that's a tall glass. That is a tall glass. When you play this team, we say it week in, week out, pack your lunch because it is going to be a game. Look at that. That's a
tall glass, buddy.
That's a tall hamburger.
Look. That's a triple digger right there. That's a tall glass of hamburger right there. I'm out of coffee. I might go make some more while y'all are talking. And then I'll just struggle to say Coach Baker's name for the 3rd time tonight. But
more coffee. But yeah, the key players did what they were supposed to do for Union. Cam Bostic, I think he had 165 passing yards, a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. Keith Chandler, the bowling ball of human being, the bull. He went 17 carries for 125 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on the Gate City side, our guy, Walker Hillman, showed out. 130 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. Walker gonna get his. Walker's gonna get his.
And that Cody, that one Cody, right when he like done the little breakout, I was like, hey, he feeling it. But man, Union is just such a tall glass for real. This is a shortcut, by the way. Because Keith Chandler, dude, him and Cam Bostic are going crazy. Camden Wharton has evolved into this wide receiver 1, which I'm loving. Carlos Anderson, probably the best defensive player in the area.
Michael Parsons. He looks, if you watch him on film, looks exactly like Michael Parsons. And it's terrifying. That chase down strip sack he got.
Plays like that is why that dude will end up being Division 1.
By the end of the year, he'll pick up one. He will for sure pick up
100%. 100%. the athletic profile that he has. And I mean, dude, that team, Braxton Bunch is a dog, bro. That Union team is coming. This is another just absolutely big old game with Ridgeview this week. Wow. This is for like first place in the Mountain 7, cuz like
this is for first place
is a
in the
big
region.
game.
This is for first place in the region.
Yeah.
If Union wins this game, they will be in first place. I know right now, I think Lebanon's in first place. Ridgeview's in second, and Union is in third. But this game whoever wins this game will probably be first place.
Now, does Ridgeview do like? I don't want to. Union this year feels like Graham last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just flat out championship feel, senior heavy, senior led football team, right? Like they almost feel a little overdue right now for a state championship. Like legendary players on that team, they feel like a team that should win a state championship, right?
Since Union's
on the other hand,
since Union's been formed, I don't think they've won a state championship, or they may have been to one, but I don't think they've won one since 2011 when they were formed. So if there's a year, why not this year?
It's right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And same with Ridgeview. I know they were formed around the same time. This Ridgeview
coldest
team,
jerseys in the conference, cuz coldest jerseys in the conference, by the way.
Love it. The gray and baby blue, love it.
Those are the real deal. You see what I did there, Coach? Real deal. Jalen Deal. I make that joke every time I say his name for the rest of the
John's like,
John, how hip are you with down towards Bridgestone Gap any?
Not really hip. After we go, like, it's really the Southwest District teams more than all of Region 2C, or D, excuse me. So yeah, no, don't know much, but I saw Union play. So they pretty much made it so that Graham couldn't run the ball and couldn't stop the run, which is like not what
it's not what you
Graham could do both of those things a season ago, especially against Union in both games, playoffs and regular season.
Just a smidge of context, man. That's a game that on our page. Listen, Fresh Off the Clock is great. We really do center this around like family atmosphere, some positivity. It is like just getting these messages from these people, like super encouraging. And I love that that's where this page has went to, like really. But sometimes these players get to chirping on these posts. And they did in the comments, chirping and talking and talking and chirping. And a Graham player told a Union player's parents that he was going to bring the smoke to his son's doorstep. That son proceeded to go out there and run for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns and like 12 broken tackles.
Yeah.
So that one was almost coming, to be honest with you, right? That one was coming. Man, and that son is probably going to be a guaranteed first team somewhere.
Guaranteed first team
bull. That's my bull, If anyone out there is wondering why does Fred always do animal noises, it's because I have 2 nieces and a nephew. I don't have any kids, but I'm always around kids. And, well, I have to make noises to get them to stop crying. So I just sit there and just babble like a sheep for 2 hours, and it goes out pretty well. But what's next, Cody? What else do you got in store for us here?
So Chilhowie versus Honaker. Now, this was a game that I thought Honaker could win. I really did. Parker Lowe, Avery Music going up against Chilhowie. They got their general back.
The alligator, cuz. Asher Chapman.
The alligator.
Wait, no, Chaz Penwright was the alligator. Asher Chapman's the general.
Yeah, the general.
Sorry.
He's back. He was in full form. Their freshman phenom running back, Gunnar Milhorn, anytime he touches the ball, he's got a chance to break one. The game, Honaker led early. I think they went down on their first drive, scored a touchdown. It really looked like Honaker was going to be in charge until Avery Music went down. I think it actually is a season-ending ACL tear. Hate to see that. Hate to think it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But from the last I saw, it was an ACL injury. not saying stick a fork in them, but that offense went as Avery went. He touched the ball literally for like 2 weeks in a row. He touched the ball. He scored a touchdown. It was crazy. They threw him the football. He scored a touchdown. It was insane. I don't know if we'll ever see another run like it, but it was awesome. Hate to see him go down like that. That music family has been in just really the backpacking Honaker for the last 5-6 years. But it is now Parker Lowe time official. So it's on him. This team will go as he goes for the next 4 years. Shout out to Chilhowie. They did win that game 22-7 on the back of Gunnar Milhorn. He had 15 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Four carries too, man. And hey, this week, dude, I love. You know what those little scooters are that like mall cops ride?
Segways.
I love a good segue. Game of the week, Chilhowie and Rural Retreat. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a war. This is gonna be the 3 game of the weeks that we have for Virginia might be the best slate we've had this season at this point. Looking at all of the stakes, all of just whatever meats you want to call it. Those 3 games, Rockhope, Eastside, crazy, right? Union Ridgeview, crazy. Chilhowie Rural Retreat, crazy. Cannot wait for that one, Coach.
And I believe Rock Cove and Eastside, if I didn't delete my notes here, I think that's going to be a region game too for seeding, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, Rock Cove right now sitting at 3rd, Chilhowie sitting at 2, and Eastside sitting at 1. So whoever wins this game most likely will be the number 1 seed in 1D.
And just to refresh y'all, it is my job to do what? Poke the bear a little bit. Full Union pun intended. This is a game last year that in the semifinal, Rycove drove down in 32 seconds and scored with like 5 seconds left on the clock. And then Eastside still almost scored again. Yeah. This rivalry is real. Any Rycove post we put on there, the parents are like, well, wait till they run into the Spartans. And then any Eastside post that we put on there, they're like, buddy, they ain't saying nothing but a scorching war eagle. I tell you that one right now. Dude, this is going to be real. This is going to be a good one. And guess what, Cody? Our guy, new family member, was supposed to be here, but it's all right because his stepbrother John's here. Matt Mullins will be live at Rocco versus Eastside. So if y'all see him, go tell him he's doing a great job. If you haven't, go read his articles. We have one dropping for him tomorrow. Beautiful write-up.
He'll be dropping 2 tomorrow.
Not only will he be on that game, that is Thursday night football. I've been waiting all day for Thursday night. Then on Friday, he's hitting the road again, John Suratt style, and he's going to Union and Ridgeview.
Yep.
Buddy, that's going to – hey, this dude is getting a thrill of a lifetime this weekend. The rust is gone, and he's jumping into the belly of the beast, and he's going into 2 games that are going to be absolute war zones. Matt, if you're watching, buddy, wear a bulletproof vest. Wear a helmet, bro, because you're going into war. You're going to war this weekend. I'm telling you, it's going to be electric.
And shout out to Matt. He is definitely elevating us to a new level. We are so happy to have him. We're glad that he, reached out to us and wanted to join up. For real. Super excited. Gates open at 5 on Friday for Union Ridgeview.
That's going to be, hey, y'all hear Gates open up at, you hear it, Matt? Gates open up at 5. And also, shout out to Coach Lowe for just accommodating Matt so well. Him just helping him get onto the sideline, and they just treated him well. They had him in the AC. They gave him soda to drink. I don't know if that's like a real comedy in the mountains or what, but they gave him some soda to drink. So shout out to the free pop there. So yeah, Cody, what else do you got for us, my good sir? What's up with the Tazewell Bulldogs? We haven't touched up on them yet.
Tazewell gets the first win this week.
Huh?
Tazewell gets their first win this week.
Against?
against Grundy.
I see that.
Dude, not my golden wave. Dude,
Yep.
that's gonna be. This is almost like the man, dude. Grundy's fall from grace right now. It's rough, dude. Granted, like they're playing good teams week in and week
Mhm.
out. Grundy last year flourished. Trey Taylor still having an incredible season. The last inaugural season in school history before they do get consolidated. Cody, if we took a shot every time we said that those schools were consolidating, I couldn't drive home right now.
Right.
Man, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
I like Grundy. Shout out to my Golden Wave people. Uh, Coach, I hope you're watching, man. Um, give me a hat. I'll rock it.
Facts. We
And
do need
all
to get
like
you
all
some apparel
bias
for
and
next year.
jokes out the window. I think that this is a great opportunity for both programs here. Tazewell, who also has just played a tough schedule, man. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing about that just region in a whole, man. Like the SWD, like just you get put into some very tough games,
Yeah, you want to hear tough?
like without signing up for it.
Tazewell still has Richlands, Graham, and Lebanon to end the year on.
Jeez,
But
Louise, man. And
yeah,
that's what sucks too because
yeah, they got Grundy, then they got Marion. So I mean, going into that Richlands game,
they have a they can take two. Yeah.
right? You can go into that with good momentum. If you play right, you get 2 wins going into them. Stack those 2 wins, and then you got your rival. Rival of rivals. Some people say there's more bad blood between Tazewell and Richlands than there is Graham and Bluefield, and I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt that.
Brother, I believe the bad blood is between Tazewell and Graham, to be honest with you. Like that game last year was getting a little crazy.
That's just big brother,
And
little
man,
brother. That ain't
it,
bad blood. That's just us bullying our little brother, like as always.
The refs were bullying the players with how many flags were in that game. I was there.
and this is just like a talented group of seniors over at Tazewell too, Jacob Beavers is a dog. Jay Sean Taylor's a dog. Gabe Beavers dog. Like those linemen, man.
Walker Patterson stepping into playing a quarterback role, which he's never used to. He's an athlete. He's a running back, wide receiver type.
I don't know if he's injured or what. I need to be better at my job. But they had someone else playing quarterback this past week that put up decent stats.
But he's a freshman. He's a freshman quarterback. I can't remember his name. I was talking to a buddy at work about him, and that's what they should have been doing. Just getting him ready. It's that time of year where you got to make a change. Something happen.
Not first time head coach. I believe Coach Pat has been head coach elsewhere, but
he was at
first year head coach here. You probably just want a veteran signal caller. Obviously, Walker in that case fit the best. Walker was a talented, skilled guy, or is a talented, skilled guy. Very good wide receiver last year. So just moving him to quarterback definitely made the most sense there when trying to replace the legacy of Aaron Pendry's favorite quarterback in NFL history, Carter Creasy. That guy, I mean, what a career he put up. Where's he at now? Do we know? Like, is it like a hashtag find Carter Creasy?
Pretty sure he's playing basketball somewhere.
He is. Yes, he is. Is he at? Oh, what's that school starts with a G? They have a blue bird on it. Think.
This is a Tyler's Talking Sports question, okay? Not a Cody Hatfield.
All right, GTS. Pass. Hit us up, man, please. And that end. All right, John. We'll give you a little layup here for your fans, which you have a strong base there in Tazewell County. Richlands Grundy. You take Grundy or Richlands? You took Richlands, correct?
That game was played last week.
Yeah,
dude, was it?
This is Tazewell.
I can't pick a game that
Cody, we've been on this thing for an hour and a half, cuz I'm staring at this rain light. My eyes are starting to burn. Tazewell and Grundy, who do you got?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go Tazewell. I think they showed something against Virginia High, and Giles. It was only 7-6. It obviously didn't finish out how they would have wanted, but they're competing a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Did someone say Jaws? Let's go, man. No, but man, all right. I'll go run beyond that. We'll toss these on the Pick'em's graphic too. Hashtag John's Last Dance. Um, Cody, who does Graham play this week? You little SWVA head.
Graham plays Pulaski County.
Pulaski, John. I'm not sure. That's decently close enough. You know, you probably dabbled over into.
It's about an hour.
Some.
That's still going, Graham. Still going, Graham.
Yeah, Pulaski is a team. They definitely look more poised than they did last season. Still, Graham needs to win this one, and I say need to because they need to. So that's fair. And
Pulaski
then Cody,
Pulaski beat Tazewell 19-6. They beat Cave Spring 26-13, and they just took a very close loss to Christiansburg, 34-31. So it's going to be a good game. It's not going to be handed to Graham. If they don't show up, Pulaski's going to get them. But
this
my
will
basketball
not be the Pulaski game of last season.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not.
And then Cody, who do the Richlands Blue Tornado? Apparently, I believe tornado was like fish. You don't say fishes, you just say fish as in plural, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
So who do the Richlands Blue Tornado play?
Central Wise.
All right, dude. Richlands, nothing against Wise fans, by the way. My reaction may have been a little bit raw there. You know, Richlands is like, right now they are. Right now they are. Both of those basketball teams versus Richlands, you're gonna have a game right there, dude. That's gonna be a great game this season. But man, you know, in terms of football, Wise has had a tough season this year, getting it going. Where Richlands, they've played some fun football. Don't let me go put that blanket back on because I'll do it right now.
Yeah, I think their Wise's only win was against Marion, 19-7. So we're gonna go Richlands. Get to 4-3 on the season.
Get them. Hey, get them on there. 4-3. It's a good number. That was my high school football number. Shout out 4-3.
You never guess my number. So
what was your number, John?
Dude, I said the same thing.
I had two different ones. So junior year, it was why are you so close to the camera? It was 69 as junior year.
Hashtag nice.
And then it was 57 as a senior. I had to take, I was a little bit more serious that year.
He said my junior year, I was looking off, 69.
I wasn't starting. I wasn't playing. So I was like, And then senior year,
get some good pictures for MySpace, Is that what y'all used back in y'all's day?
MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was not a thing back in 2014 to 18.
2014. Y'all had Facebook. Y'all had Facebook.
Yeah.
I had Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. What do you mean?
I did everything. I had a Snapchat.
Zuckerberg was relevant then.
Snapchat.
Oh, wow.
I was 14 at that moment. Smoke signals, Fred. Come on now.
MySpace like 07.
I was going to say I did have a MySpace in middle school, though.
Dude, no, bro. The SpongeBob being iced out, holding a straight money spread,
Bro, with
turn me up, Bob.
with my MySpace song was "I Got Money," bro. Are you getting money? I can't remember what the name of the song was from Lil Wayne and T-Pain. If you got money, we don't own rights. Can't sing it. I'm too good.
We don't own the rights to nothing. We had to learn the hard way that we do not own the rights to anything. We had to learn the hard way.
You learn that.
We lost literally 30 good videos.
Sorry. Flashback from
Cody,
the past.
are we for what's my dollars doing? Twin Springs. I'm trying to cater the direction of the episode to comfort John a little bit here, considering that he is
go ahead. You got it. I'm just going to look at my phone while you guys talk about the teams I don't know.
Dude, you're basically Cody already, man. That's perfect. That's crazy. All right, Cody, hit me.
Castlewood.
Twin Springs.
Twin Springs is at Castlewood.
Give me Twin Springs. What did Clay Ross put up? Something crazy again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 200 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 100 rushing yards, and a touchdown.
I am terrified of the Virginia All-Area team this year, dude.
Terrified.
I am terrified. I won't lie to you.
All right.
I don't want to do it, but we have to because we've done it for 2 years.
Let's talk about the two big games real quick. I got to go. I got to fix this toilet.
All right. Well, to be honest, John, we've been on here for an hour and a half, man. I know you're waiting to go to the gym. Your legs are probably sitting there twitching. I hope you didn't drink any
Like-
pre-workout before this, thinking that this was going to be a quick one.
No.
He's sitting in a puddle of sweat right now. So I guess, fellas, this will be it for now. Fans, thank y'all. The 7 of you who are still here after an hour and a half, I salute you. I thank you. Give this a share. Go ahead and give us a follow. Thank y'all for 20,000 followers. We are rapidly approaching 25, to be honest with you. I mean, like, it's kind of been crazy. I thank y'all. The growth that we've seen behind the screens has been like numbers that make me even like, I got to take a step back sometimes. And this is all organic. I'm in no position to pay Facebook to advertise for us. Cody has a kid. So, like, the stuff that y'all been able to push us to, appreciate y'all. I'm going to ask y'all again, help us get to 25,000. All right, since we're on live, and John's on here, I'll have a little fun with him. Cody, what can I give away today, huh?
that Eagles bottle cap.
Dude,
But for real, by the
that
end of
was
this
my
weekend,
ass.
we should be at 23,000. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate it. Not the football.
Y'all get us to 25,000 before the end of football season, and I'll give away this giant Miller Lite football that I found at a consignment store. I'll deflate it and I'll mail it to your house. 25,000 followers before the end of football season, and I will do a giveaway for this giant Miller Lite football. Masons
Right.
will really appreciate fresh off the clock if I get rid of this.
Bro, she was
Push it to
stoked.
25,000.
He was stoked to get rid of that clock.
Dang, I wanted that clock, but shout out Jason Day. That's all he got.
Right, shout out Jason Day. That clock was dope though.
Hey, yo, shout out, hey, Jason Day. So, fun fact, real quick, his wife was my sister's 4th grade teacher.
Hurry up with your fun facts. I got a toilet.
And her brother was my high school police officer, I believe. No, sorry, wow. Oh my goodness. Cody, we're getting off of this. All right, guys. It's been fresh off the clock. Wow. Dude. Y'all, I'm tired. Please give me grace. You know. It's been your boy Big Fred. Cody joined in here. Cody, I appreciate you coming in for the SWVA stuff. Clutch as always. And I guess now, sir, John Suratt, we appreciate you. Go ahead, give us a follow, share, like the video, everybody. Share it. Share this video. Well, no, but invite your friends list to follow Fresh Off the Clock if you think John Suratt's a great person. That one, you know. All right, fellas. John, go get that workout. Cody, go fix that toilet. And I'm going to go drink some coffee. Ready, bro.